Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Katie on here, and welcome to another episode of Channel K. If you guys are new to the channel, thank you for joining me. My name is Katie on, and I am a manifestation coach. I specialize in teaching the law of assumption. Today's video is going to be none other than a Q&A. It's been a little minute since I've done a Q&A. If you guys follow me on Instagram at Channel K, we have been posting a lot of Q&As on the stories for the past couple of days, and a lot of questions have been coming in. So if you guys are not following me over there, please make sure you go and follow me, and you guys can ask me questions, send me DMs, and really just connect with me over there. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. I have quite a few questions, so I don't want to waste anybody's time. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Okay, guys. So question number 1. Right now, me and SP are doing very bad. He is not talking to me. He blocked me. Am I still able to manifest a healthy version of this relationship? I've been blocked plenty of times. In the old story, of course. Like before I knew myself and before I knew how to use my energy, I would manifest situations where I would be blocked. And like, it's just really funny because you can reverse anything and you can fix anything. You can get unblocked. So the reason why you ended up getting blocked, I'm assuming, is because you were putting too much focus on the SP, on your SP. Whenever you manifest a situation, a circumstance in which you're blocked or they ghost you or you guys go into no contact, it's literally a result, a byproduct of you not embodying a high self-concept. Because if you were confident and if you felt worthy of having a healthy, successful, maintaining a healthy relationship with your SP, then you wouldn't have unconsciously manifested the undesired. You wouldn't have manifested getting blocked. There's no other way to say it, right? He will unblock you, but the solution is to get back in alignment with yourself and focus on self-concept and just prioritize your needs and your desires. Whenever you're focused on yourself and genuinely doing things that are favorable and beneficial to your lifestyle, when you're actually genuinely tending to your needs and responsibilities, you're actually very much more magnetic that way. When you get a little bit too caught up in your specific person, when you're focused on them and when you lose yourself in them, that's usually when we manifest being blocked or when they start to pull away because you stepped out of your magnetic energy. You stopped being magnetic because you were focused on the person. And I kind of like need more context, but I also don't, because I just know for a fact that like if you've been blocked, it's because you were putting too much energy into the SP. When you're overthinking or when you're focused on, and this is not just with SPs, this is like money. When we put too much focus on money, we usually don't have it. It usually doesn't show up in our reality. Like when you put too much focus on your SP, when you're hyper fixated and overthinking it, if you have anxiety, if you're stressed about it, you're going to manifest that person out, because that's a very unattractive energy and it usually repels your specific person. So anyway, in order to reverse it, you just got to get back in alignment with self. And you have to literally detach from the relationship and ground yourself. Remind yourself, I am loved, I am chosen, I am valued, I am amazing, I'm the greatest, I'm the best. Yes, I'm a goddess, I'm a queen, I deserve respect, I won't settle for less. I am worthy of focusing on myself. I am worthy of prioritizing myself and my needs. It is okay and safe to put myself first. And also, I am worthy of having a healthy relationship. I'm worthy of having the best version of my specific person. And the way that you truly manifest the best version of your specific person, I feel like I say this all the time, is to embody the best version of yourself. And as long as you're not focused on yourself, you're not embodying the best version of yourself. I took some notes, so let me actually read what I put in my notes. Yeah, the amount of times I've been blocked and unblocked is hilarious. You can reverse anything and get the relationship back on track, but it starts with you. You need to focus more on yourself and less on him. Putting too much focus on him and not controlling your emotions or forcing the 3D, as well as embodying the wrong state of being, is what got you blocked. He has no free will. He followed your lead and left your reality because you freaked out and forgot your worth. It's okay. We've all done it. So yeah, that's another thing that I want to also add is that, like, girl, you just like forgot that you're the fucking goddess, and you forgot you're worthy. You forgot about your worthiness. Like sometimes we sabotage things and accidentally manifest people and situations out of our lives because we aren't connected to our worthiness. And sometimes like it takes situations like this to get blocked for us to realize, oh shit, like I think I just sabotaged, like unfortunately, sometimes we don't realize that we sabotage things, or we are showing up unfavorably, like within our energy. We don't realize that we're not showing up favorably until after we manifested the bullshit. So you need to get back into your high self-concept energy. You need to be disciplined, reaffirm that you are worthy of having the healthy version of him, and relax. Relax a little more. He loves you. So let him come into your reality. Your bad energy is what repelled him. You need to be more magnetic. So yeah, in my notes, it's the same thing I just said, girl. Yeah. And when I say he has no free will, what I mean is like everything in this universe is vibrational. So everything is and everyone is going to show up in your reality matching the energy that you're embodying. So in this case, he has no free will. He matched your energy in the unfavorable way. So like you were not magnetic, you were more like you repelled him, so he like blocked you, like you're separate from him now. Self-concept will fix everything though. Okay, I'm manifesting a relationship. What are some healthy dynamics in a relationship for me to manifest? Great question. Okay, so when you're manifesting a relationship, or when you are just like like connecting with any human being, you need to remember that you are worthy of being loved, chosen, respected, valued, prioritized, and appreciated. So I personally would affirm that I am loved, I am chosen, I am valued, I am prioritized, I am amazing, I'm the greatest, I'm the best. Yes, yes, I'm a goddess. I'm a queen or a king, because we do have men in here. So like I'm a goddess, I'm a king, I'm a queen, whatever. I deserve respect and I won't settle for less. So my specific person loves me. My specific person respects me. My specific person values me. My specific person is healed from their bullshit, from their past. They always show up in my reality as the best version of themselves. I am so happy and grateful that my specific person and I maintain healthy communication. Things flow easily and effortlessly in our relationship. My specific person is very mature, kind, loving, romantic, thoughtful, generous. My specific person is a provider, if that's what you want. My specific person gets along great with my family. I fit in perfectly with my specific person's family. My specific person is emotionally available, right? We want emotional availability. I feel so special. I feel safe. I feel seen. I feel heard in this relationship. Trying to think of some more. I love that my partner is spiritually grounded and has clarity on his or her goals. My SP is in alignment with their purpose. They are motivated. They are energized. They are inspired. They inspire me. I inspire them. We inspire each other. We're a power couple. I can keep going, you guys. I can keep going. I have notes, but I always try to like challenge myself to see like what I can say without looking at the notes. Yeah, my specific person, I already said this, respects me, values me, honors me, is devoted to me, and always sees me as the best choice. My specific person is healed, self-aware, emotionally available, kind, loving, mature, and is excellent with communication. Like we want this person to be healthy, right? And fully devoted and fully committed to you. Who determines who provides in a what determines who provides in a relationship? All right. So this is a really good question because we're talking about the law of assumption here, right? So essentially you're creating everything with your thoughts, beliefs, assumptions. Like you get to decide and choose what you want in your reality. So you decide who provides in the relationship, right? You just kind of have to get clear on what you want in a relationship. Like what does your desired dynamic look like for you? Would you like to relax and receive? Would you like to be provided for? Or would you like to be the person who's providing and taking care of your loved ones, So what would you prefer? This is why I love being the creator, because you literally get to decide what you want and focus on it and persist in it, meaning like you perpetuate the desired storyline dynamic that you want with your specific person. You perpetuate it by focusing on it dominantly in your mind as often as you can and it will manifest. Your 3D will begin to conform. So let me check my notes. You determine who provides. You are the operant power, aka the creator. So you get to choose what you want. Your specific person has no free will. Would you prefer to be the provider, or would you prefer to be provided for? Choose what you want and focus on that story until it shows up in your 3D, but keep persisting even when it does show up so that it can stick. And a lot of you guys have been asking me, what do I mean by no one has free will? Well, you are at the center of your universe. So your thoughts are what is creating your life. Like your thoughts are the primary source of manifesting. Everything that shows up in your 3D was created in your mind first. And your dominant vibration is what is creating your reality. Since we live in a very energetic and vibrational universe, people and circumstances will show up in your reality reflecting what is on your mind. So if you are carrying and holding a high self-concept and feeling confident, loved, chosen, valued, prioritized, then you're going to attract people who correspond to that energy. People who are respectful towards you, people who are supportive, people who are loving, people who are kind to you, right? People who are on your frequency, on your vibe. If your desire is to be provided for, if you are embodying an energetic state of someone who desires to be provided for and feels worthy of being provided for, you're going to attract someone who is a provider, right? So that's corresponding to your energy. And they don't have free will. They have to match your frequency. How to shift deep-rooted negative subconscious beliefs from an abusive childhood and feeling unworthy. So this question hit home for me because I went through a lot of abuse when I was growing up, not only in the household, but also like at school, like in relationships, like romantic relationships. So, girl, I just want to say that I am so sorry that you experienced that as a child, but you don't have to carry those stories anymore. You don't have to identify with the things that happened to you as a child. You can rewrite your identity, rewrite your story, and affirm a beautiful story in relation to yourself, right? So what helped me was just basically reprogramming my mindset to help me believe that I am enough, and I've always been enough, and I will always be enough. And it's just a very beautiful transformative process, but it starts with you empowering yourself by assigning a new identity to yourself. So, I reaffirm every day and I speak very nicely to myself and I work on my mental diet. So for me, you guys, I created a new story for myself. I created a new identity for myself. I rewrote my story. I dropped the old story from what I went through as a kid and I literally just replaced it with something new. I just decided that I wanted to adopt a new narrative for myself. Right? So now I affirm that I love myself. I honor myself. I am worthy of enjoying my life and receiving my desires. I am enough just the way I am. My past does not define me. Guys, if you haven't seen my video, Your Past Does Not Define You, I will link it in my description box, but go check it out. It's a very empowering video where I'm opening up about, the things that I went through. If you just need empowerment and if you need strength and if you would like some encouragement to help you overcome the bullshit that you went through when you were younger, check out that video, okay? So I deserve respect. I decide who I am. I deserve love. I deserve kindness. I believe in myself and things are always working out for me. So positive affirmations help me keep going. And they kind of just help me, they just help me stay in alignment with my higher self, like stay in alignment with my goddess energy. Like I'm a word person. Words are very powerful to me and speaking life into myself is truly what keeps me going, regardless of what I've been through. Like it helps tremendously. And if you need some affirmations, check out my Instagram. I have a ton of affirmations over there, or you can actually reach out to me personally and I will write you a new storyline or a new identity or some affirmations, girl. How do I successfully manifest getting paid to exist? Guys, when it comes to feeling like tapping into your money frequency, it's a lot easier than people think. If you had more than enough money to cover all of your expenses right now in this moment, how would you feel? Because for me, I would feel grateful and I would feel relaxed. I would not be stressing and I would not be overthinking and I would not be worrying. right? I would be so like at ease. I would be so at peace. I would feel so secure. If you want to manifest a lifestyle where you literally get paid to exist, then my first suggestion would be for you to relax. Just relax, take some deep breaths and regulate your nervous system. Like when I catch myself in like a mindset of like overthinking money, thinking about a bunch of bills, like kind of trying to figure out like, oh my gosh, how am I going to pay this? How am I going to pay that? Like, I know that I'm not in the right self-concept. I know that I'm thinking from the old version of myself. If you literally got paid to exist, if you were literally manifesting money all day, every day, you wouldn't even be tripping. You would be relaxed. You would be calm. You would be happy as fuck, probably, right? You would be doing whatever the fuck you want to do. You would feel so free. Freedom, right, is what you would be like dominantly embodying, like that energy. So in order to bring in what you desire, you guys, and this is not just about money, this is about for your SP, job, career. Abraham Hicks always says we want these things because we think that we will feel better in the having of them. If you truly think that you'll feel better by getting paid to exist or having a shit ton of money, then you need to feel better right now, even without seeing the money. That's how you embody the energy that it takes to attract the money. You just jump to the end. You just shift. You embody the state right now, girl. What does getting paid to exist look like for you? Like, is it like you're making residual income, passive income? Are people offering you brand deals? Are people like offering you partnerships? Are you making money through affiliate marketing, viewership? Like, what is it? Again, you just need to embody the state. That's how I manifest. I'm not going to lie. That's how I manifest money. That's how I've gotten better at manifesting money, is by relaxing, trusting that the more I relax, the more I receive. I just trust that it's going to flow, and it's a discipline. If you're used to having an unregulated nervous system, you're going to try to micromanage the manifestation, and that's not how we manifest. Like, you get what you want when you tap into the version of yourself who has the desire. So let me go to my notes real quick. Sometimes people struggle with this because of how easy it is. Because guys, it literally is easy. All you have to do when manifesting money is simply shift into being a person who gets paid to exist. And what that looks like for me is a lot of relaxing, not overthinking, not stressing, just literally relaxing and allowing money to flow to me. I let go of habits like checking my bank account or reaching out to clients. I literally just relax and become more magnetic. So you literally have to embody the wish fulfilled. Act like you really do get paid to exist. Like, allow people to pay you to exist. The key is to relax and receive. Don't force the 3D. Don't control or manipulate the 3D. Relax and allow things to flow to you. Allow the money to flow to you. And the reason why I said this is discipline, it's because like, obviously we live in a society where we're taught that we have to work for money. We're taught that we have to do something to then receive money. And that's not true. Money is energy. It's not even like a real thing, which is so hilarious. It's literally just numbers on a screen. I used to allow the number in my bank account to dictate how I feel about myself. And, I used to allow the number in my bank account to influence my mood. And then I got to a point where I started realizing, oh my goodness, the money it has power over me. Because if I don't have the number that I desire, then I'm going to feel bad today. And it's like, I started realizing, oh my gosh, like this is literally a number on a screen. Like, it's not even like a real thing. It's a reflection of what I feel that I deserve, what I feel that I'm worthy of. So I started working on my self-concept and working on my self-confidence and building myself up to feel worthy of receiving large amounts of money. And I started to expand my mindset, and I was like, okay, well, why do I want large amounts of money? Oh, because I want to be able to have everything taken care of at once. I want to be able to help my family, give back to my mom and dad. And I really started to think like, if I had all of the things that I wanted to take care of, like paid for, then I would just feel relaxed. I would feel grateful, and I would be chilling, and I would be spending more time with my family. I would be taking more vacations. I would be living my best fucking life. So that's what I do now. Lately, I've been spending a lot of time with my dad. I literally was on a Zoom call with my sisters and my mom the other day. We're literally planning a trip as we speak, and I've just intentionally been choosing to relax more. And these are things that I, in my old story, used to think that I wasn't allowed to do until I had money or a certain amount of money, right? And it's like, oh my gosh, like I was like hustling backwards. Like all you have to do is relax, follow your happiness, and raise your vibration. And that's truly when you manifest the money. So yeah, relaxation is the key, meditation, and changing your story. Because if you have a story that's like a shitty story, if you're telling yourself that you're not the type of person who should have money, if you have this belief, or if maybe it's a program that was passed down within your lineage that, you know, all you know is struggle, all you know is saving money or holding on to money so that you don't spend it. If you are in a lack mindset when it comes to money, then you got to change that story. You got to change the story, because again, our thoughts and our stories, the narrative that we're playing out in our mind in relation to ourselves, can make or break our manifestations. We can be magnetic or we can repel our desires, just depending on the stories that we're telling ourselves. So for me, you guys, I had to reprogram my mindset in relation to money, and teach myself that I am worthy of having large amounts of money, and money really does flow to me easily and effortlessly from multiple streams on a continuous basis all day, every day, and I am worthy of every penny. Money is easy for me. I am worthy of having money. I did not come here to struggle, and neither did you. Have you guys ever like really sat and thought about it though? It's like, why the fuck would we come here to struggle? Like, it's not normal to struggle and stress about finances or anything for that matter, but especially like it is such a horrible feeling, and it's such a low vibration to freak out about money. Like, we don't deserve to feel that way. We came here to have fun, experience this beautiful universe, to feel our feelings, to taste things, see beautiful scenery, explore, and create. We did not come here to struggle. So got to change that money story and recognize that you're worthy of receiving money easily and effortlessly all day, every day. Okay, what should I do when negative thoughts come up? You got to feel your feelings, and you have to allow yourself to process the thoughts, even if they're not favorable, even if they make you feel uncomfortable. Like, we're still humans, so we need to like allow ourselves to recognize what's going on. So for me, I become aware of the thoughts and I process them, and then I dismiss them from my energy, from my spirit, because I'm at a point in my life where I'm so self-aware and I'm conscious of my thoughts that I understand that I'm a human, and I'm going to have some moments, I'm going to have some moods where I don't necessarily feel confident, where I am like a little bit in old self-concept, when I'm doubting myself. Like, that's normal, but I literally dismiss the thoughts, and I'm like, thank you, universe, for sharing, but I'm actually going to choose a different narrative. Thank you so much, universe, for showing me what's still within me. Let's actually choose something better. Let's actually go bigger. Let's actually raise the vibration. Like, I sometimes just say these things out loud to keep going, bitch, because we still have life to live, right? I have shit to do. Like, we all have priorities. We all have responsibilities, and I'm not going to let a negative thought or a few negative thoughts fuck up my mood. Like, I just don't have time for it. So if I need to talk to myself out loud real quick and be like, you know what? Oh my goodness. Thank you for sharing. But like, no thanks. It literally can be that simple, you guys. I just don't allow myself to get into a victim mindset, and I don't allow myself to channel negativity. I'm a human, you guys. So like, even I have negative bullshit thoughts sometimes, but I just don't dwell on them, and I don't allow them to like linger around or stay within me. I just literally am like, you know what? Actually, let's revise this real quick, or let's think of a way to redirect the thoughts, or, you know, I just interrupt the thoughts. And this is a discipline as well, because I've noticed that like in my old story, I used to allow myself to just stay in a victim mindset and not come out of it. A lot of times, you guys, we as humans, before we start doing the self-concept work, before we start our journey of self-development, do I have the mic like up here? Has the mic been like up here the whole time? Before we get on the journey and start doing the work, I think sometimes we don't realize that like we actually have a choice, and we don't have to just sit in a negative space or like just chill in a low vibration or like a low self-concept. I think sometimes we don't realize that we actually can come up out of that. Like we have the power to change the way we feel by doing something in the 3D, like getting the fuck up, going outside for a moment, walking to the mailbox, take the dog for a walk, go for a jog, take a shower, do some push-ups, work out, turn on some music, like maybe change the channel, like eat some food, turn on some lights. Like there are ways that we can read a book, a Neville Goddard book. Oh my goodness. If I'm feeling like weird, I go get a spiritual book because words are powerful for me. So I need to read something that's going to help me get out of my bullshit, or I read my own affirmations, my storyline. Sorry, I'm getting off topic a little bit, but yeah, so like now that I'm growing and becoming more aware of self, I know how to recognize that if the negative thoughts pop up, it's just my old story. It's just a bad mood. It could be my period, bitch. Like I could be PMSing, I could be tired. I notice that like a lot of times if I don't get enough sleep, which by the way is literally 12:30 at night right now. So I'll probably be tired tomorrow. But, you know, if I'm exhausted or if I'm out of breath or like, you know, if I haven't been, you know, doing self-care, it affects my mood. And I'm aware of it now, but like, you know, when I'm not in the best mood, obviously like the bullshit thoughts come about. I know better now than to let them like stay around. Like I know myself to the point where I'm like, okay, bitch, this is just happening because like you didn't get no sleep, bitch. So like take your ass to bed tomorrow, you know? So I just dismiss them. I'm like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm still the operant power. Bitch, we still out here like getting to a motherfucking check. Like I'm still that bitch. I'm still worthy. Okay. I still can have whatever I desire, even if I don't feel good right now. And that's so like, I feel like I'm going on a whole rampage right now, but even when I don't feel good, like I'm like, bitch, like I'll say it out loud to myself. I'm like, girl, you may not be in the best mood right now, but you still that bitch. You're still worthy. You still are enough. And things are always working out for you. Things are flowing to you right now, even if you can't see them. Like I just pep talk myself. So, you know, you got to be your own coach. You have to be your own empowerment coach, or you can, girl, you can work with me. I will work with you day in, day out. We will work on that confidence. We will work on building yourself up, staying in alignment with your high self-concept and shaking yourself out of a low vibration. What am I doing? I will help you get yourself out of that funk. You don't have to sit in it. All right, let me look at my notes. I process the negative thoughts for a moment, then dismiss them since they are not favorable or relevant to the life that I am building, right? So I sometimes say out loud, thank you for sharing, universe, but I'm actually choosing a different narrative. So yeah, like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I forgot to even say that. So you want to dismiss the thoughts, especially because they're not in alignment with the life that you are creating and building. So your thoughts are creating, duh. So like, I don't know why I said duh. It's like a lot of you guys are here to learn, not to, for me to say duh, but, you know, you got to like dismiss the thoughts or else you'll create from, you know, those negative thoughts. Like those negative thoughts will manifest, right? If you dominantly focus on them long enough. So that's why you got to catch yourself as best as you can and then get back in the high self-concept so that your thoughts can be coming from the high self-concept and then you can manifest like the positive shit, you know? Let me think. Is that all I wanted to say? Yeah. Try to raise your vibe. By getting readings and energy checks, will that mess up your manifestation? No, you guys, listen. So no one and no thing can come between you and your desire. I always say that to myself, and that's the truth for you if you affirm it and believe it and persist in that. Now, I talk about this all the time. I feel like on this channel, like you guys, I'm going to repeat myself. But I don't do energy checks. I don't get readings. I don't do the tarot stuff. Like I just know that I am the operant power of my reality. So no one can really tell me who I am or, you know, what's happening with my energy. If I were to get a reading, the person would just reflect back to me like my own thoughts, or they would reflect back to me my thoughts on readers. Again, like I just would never give away my power to someone. Like, I don't know, like I that's just like something that I'm not into. And I've talked about this before, like anytime you go get a tarot reading, the cards are just going to reflect what's on your mind and, or what you believe about, like, let's say you get a reading on your specific person, the cards that you like, they're going to show you how you feel about your person, or the cards are going to reflect your current thoughts on the dynamic, or like it's all you is what I'm saying. Like, why would you get readings and energy checks from other people who don't know you the way that you know you? You know, and then also I wouldn't give away my power to allow someone else to read me or check me. That's me. They are you pushed out. Like, everyone is you pushed out. Everyone is showing up in your reality reflecting your dominant thoughts about that person or about like yourself in your own situation. So like, I just know for a fact that like if I was to go get a reading, like a tarot reading, because I already don't really fully rely on tarot readers, like, I don't know, like it would just be a weird reading because I'm already thinking like, I'm the operant power, not you. So what are you saying? Like, I'm already going in with a limited belief system about the reader. And then number two, they're just going to reflect back to me like whatever's on my mind. Like, so for example, if they were like, oh, your SP misses you, like, of course they miss me because I know that I'm that bitch and I'm the chosen one and I'm like the prize, the catch. So of course, whoever I'm fucking with is going to miss me, you know? So I just feel like it wouldn't really like give me what I need because I already know what I already am knowing what I'm creating. So long story short, no, it cannot mess up your manifestations to get a reading, but they're not necessary because what you're doing is not trusting the power of your thoughts. You're not trusting your power. You're not leaning into your power. You're not leveraging your power. You're not doing the work and creating a story and focusing and persisting in your story. Like, you're not necessarily doing that if you're going to a reader. But these are my thoughts. I've said this before, y'all. Like, I'm personally not into astrology. Like, I'm my birthday is 12/12, so I'm a Sagittarius, but I'm also the operant power, and I've built and created like my identity. And I don't really, rely on like anything external of me to define who I am or to like give me guidance. That's just me. That's just me. But if I did go get a reading, I feel like I've been on this forever. If I did go get a reading and then maybe something showed up unfavorably in the reading, it still wouldn't stop me from getting what I want. So if that's what you're trying to figure out, the answer is like no one and nothing can come in between your manifestation. So I don't know, it could be beneficial to get a reading so that you can understand what's currently on your mind and then adjust and redirect and like update your story like accordingly. But you could just look to your 3D to see that, you know what I mean? Like, you could just like, I don't know, like, you don't need a reading, but that's just my personal thoughts. So they are not the operant power. You are. They are not the creator of your reality. You are. They are not conscious of your state of being. You are. They are not you. You are you. Learn to trust your power and know that it is your very own thoughts that are creating everything. That's what I put in the notes, and it's the truth. So that's what I got to say on that. Okay, advice for focusing on self-concept. All right, you guys. So I avoided self-concept for years. I thought I was kind of doing it, but I was like on some bullshit for real. Like, I was kind of focused on myself. Then I would get lost in my SP. Then I would focus on myself a little bit. Then I would go get lost in another SP. Like, that was my problem. I would always distract myself from working on myself. And that was like so not good because first of all, I was missing out on myself, but also I was not experiencing self-love, not building my self-concept, not addressing my wounds, not doing the work, right? So when you're not focused on self-concept, like you'll manifest a bunch of bullshit, or you'll manifest a reality where you have high highs and low lows. And because there's no neutrality, is that a word? There's no like consistency. There's no structure. You're not maintaining confidence. I don't want you guys to get to a point where you hit rock bottom because you just don't know how to focus on yourself and love yourself. Let go of your old story once and for all. Like, let it go. And create a new identity. Okay? Like, it starts with letting go of who you used to be, like, and recognizing that like that version of you probably doesn't serve you anymore. That version of you doesn't match like your new goals, your new values, your new chapter, your new mindset, your new thoughts. And in order to develop and identify your new identity, meditation is definitely a requirement. For me it was, and kind of getting clear on what I want for my future. Let go of your old story and the mistakes you made before you knew your worth and became conscious of the power of your mind. So grab a journal or go to the notes in your phone. If you're not much of a writer, you can type it out. I've definitely become more of a typer lately. But write out some of the things that you want for yourself. Write out some of the things that you want in your life. Write out who you want to become, how you would like to be perceived, and what your core values and standards for yourself are. Decide what your purpose is. You get to choose. Like for me, I feel like my purpose was kind of like, it's just a very deep knowing, but I also feel like you can change it, or you can change the trajectory of like what you want to do for your life. Like, you have a choice. You have choices, right? You have free will in your reality, but no one else does, but you do. So choose your next goal. Get as clear as you can on these things and come up with actions that you can do in the 3D to stay in alignment with your new identity. For me, the self-concept journey is lonely. I mean, and it is for most people who are committed to self-development. Like self-concept, like doing the inner work is a very personal journey. People aren't supposed to understand your journey. It's just very personal. It's a personal relationship with God. It's a personal relationship with yourself. It's a personal relationship with the universe. However you want to like say it, no one's supposed to get it but you. So that's one of the reasons why I avoided doing the work, because I didn't want to feel that, I don't know, like it can be very unfamiliar. I think not necessarily, like it does get uncomfortable, but I don't think I was avoiding the uncomfortable stuff because I didn't know how deep it can get. So it's not like I was avoiding the depth of myself, but it was just more so like I felt safer, and it's easier, right, to be around your SP or to be like hanging out with your friends and stuff like that. I've talked about this in like a couple of my older podcast episodes where I think I was saying like, no, I just want to hang out with my friends. I don't want to be by myself and be alone with my thoughts and focus on like get in touch with my shadow side, right? So back to the notes. Yeah, it's tough, but it's, it's not supposed to be easy, right? So many people won't understand your choice to put yourself first and focus on self-concept, but you have to block out that noise. And you know what, you guys? Here's another thing. It's okay to let go of people and relationships that don't dominantly align with your next chapter or don't align with the self-concept that you're like building for yourself. And, I talk about, the fact that you can change the story for people. You can change people's storyline. You could change the storyline for people in your mind, and they'll show up and reflect the version of themselves that's in favor of, what you want for your reality. But it's also okay to just cut people off, or maybe not cut people off, but like, set the boundaries, or, respectfully, like, let people go. It's okay to do that as you're working on yourself and leveling the fuck up. I mean, it's your journey. You have say over who's in your life and who's not. And it's not easy to say goodbye. It's never a right time to say goodbye. Anyways, yeah, it's so not easy. But girl, I done let go of a lot of people. I ain't gonna lie. I think I'm down to 0 at this point. No, I'm just kidding. But like, honestly, it's okay to let people go. I just wanted to validate some of you guys on that, because I know a lot of y'all be like, should I change the story or should I like let them go? Da, da, da. And it's like, sometimes you just got to let people go and not even, not even deal with the energy that comes with like what happened in the old story with that person that you're still having, you're still working through. You know what I mean? You can just let it go. Like a lot of times you could just be like, you know what? You're not going where I'm going, and that's okay. You're on your journey and I'm on my journey, and that's okay. Wish you the best. You know, like it's okay. But anyway, I'm all about changing the story of some characters in your story, but sometimes people just have to get cut off. Why did I put that in the notes? I mean, let's be honest. Prioritize becoming the best version of yourself. Ignore the opinions of others and work on becoming the best you. When you fall off track, because guys, we all fall short. Okay. Nobody's perfect. We all sin. So when you fall off track, just go back to the notes in your phone or go back to your journal and reference your affirmations or your purpose that you wrote for yourself. This is how you create your ideal self, and then be that person. You have the power to change yourself for the better. No one else can do it for you. So what's your next move? Not only do we write it and become familiar with this new story, but also be this version of yourself. I gotta be honest, a lot of you guys, myself included, sometimes we forget the embodiment part. We do all the work of writing down, you know, what we want for ourselves and, you know, like our dreams, goals, visions, aspirations, ideas. Sometimes you guys, we write it down and we get all excited, but we forget the embodiment part. And when I say embodiment, it's like, no, like now actually like just claim that this is who you are and like walk in it. Sorry, I know this is like not, you know, claim who you are and walk in it by doing the things that your ideal self would do. These can be little small things such as like writing a to-do list, creating a schedule for yourself and following the schedule, waking up early, putting yourself out there and speaking to people like at the coffee shop instead of being like in your shell and like being introverted. And it's okay to be introverted. I am like both, like I'm introverted and extroverted, but like I put myself out there a little bit more. The change that I decided to make for myself was that I wanted to set the intention to challenge myself to speak more to people, face people, be present in conversations and work on how I articulate my ideas. Like I'm already fucking it up. You know, I wanted to overcome my shyness and my insecurity and fear of being seen. So I affirmed that, and let me read you guys my, a little bit of my story. But I said that, bitch, I'm not going to do that shy shit anymore. Like I'm not going to just like be the girl who's on camera and then like afraid of the world. So I decided, no, I'm overcoming that. Literally, you guys, this is like my story. I don't want to like expose myself and like too much. And I also have like, girl, I got the cars and everything on here. So, it starts with, it's like, it says my story at the top. Self-concept, my identity, and my purpose. I am respectful, positive, and empowering. I am focused, disciplined, responsible, and accountable. I always think and make decisions from my highest self. I am confident, outspoken, and outgoing. My purpose, this part is important to me because like, just in case I forget, it's like, girl, what is your purpose again? Like, my purpose is to live my truth, document my journey, and use my voice to empower others, especially women. Like this is just, like, that was the easiest way for me to put it because I've always felt like I belong on camera. It just like, I always find my way back to the camera. This is just like what I've like always done, like documented my life and like tell my truth. Right. So I use my voice to empower others, especially women, because I am a woman and I've been through some shit, right? So I want to help other women, especially. But shout out to the men, you know, I see y'all. So when I stay in alignment with my purpose and persist in my story, I feel good and things easily work out for me. And then it just goes on and on. We have goddess, we have money, family, my house, my career, my team, my clothing line, my cars, my friends, men, my SP. And like my SP is the last on the list because shout out to my SP, but baby, we focusing dominantly on myself. But wait. Why, what was the whole point of me reading my story? Oh, so yeah, you guys, like if you ever forget, just go back to your story and remind yourself of like they're reminders of who you now are. And I also like to sometimes call it like the rules, like it's my rule book. Like these are the rules for myself. Like these are like, this is what I follow now. This is my, like, these are my 10 commandments. Like, you know, like this is who I am. This is my Bible, if you will. Like, I, no disrespect, but I'm just saying, like, this is like my handbook for, like, this is my story. This is who I am, you know? So, but focusing on self-concept and staying in alignment with myself is the answer to being attractive, being confident, getting what you want out of life, like just being secure. I don't know, like when I decided to put myself first and focus on my career and my clients, because my clients are a part of my career, but like when I started to really understand, and I should have put this in my purpose and my notes, but guys, really what helps me is what makes my universe go around is when I am in alignment with my purpose and when I am adding value to the universe. So when I'm adding value to my clients and when I'm adding value to you guys, that is who I am. Like, that's what I'm supposed to do, is to add value to the universe and also to be of service to others. So, and this is like, my mom raised me this way. Like, I was a Girl Scout. I always volunteered. I have always been, you know, in alignment with, I've always been like, my mother taught us to always give back, and to my dad too. Like, we were raised that way. But once I got out into kind of like the real world, and I kind of like started, you know, when I had the freedom, when I adopted this freedom, when I tapped into a sort of freedom to make my own decisions, I fell off a little bit, right? And I gravitated towards my SPs, gravitated towards the wrong type of friends, you know, kind of like just lost alignment with my purpose, or maybe I wasn't fully clear on it. So now that I'm back on track and I'm aware of self, I can definitely highlight the times in my life where, like, I definitely understand now that the answer really is for me, the answer for me. Everybody, y'all can decide your own way of life, your own purpose, your own values, morals, whatever. But for me, I have affirmed and believed, and I've developed a dominant belief system that when I give back and when I help and service others and empower others, like, it just helps my universe flow like easily and effortlessly. So baby, I do set the necessary boundaries to make sure that I'm, you know, focused on self, but like, I take pride in taking care of my peoples. You know what I'm saying? Whether that's clients, family members, like friends, like my SP, like, you know, I stay focused on adding value, right? Giving value. So yeah, I can't remember what else I was going to say, but oh yeah. So I'm going to actually take some time and add that to my, my storyline, the term service, like being of service to others and adding value to the universe. I was actually just talking about this to one of my clients, girl. Like, I was like, girl, like, are you a purpose-driven woman? Like, are you in alignment with your purpose? Like, are you making decisions from your higher self who knows her purpose? Like, because if not, that might be the reason why you're not getting what you fucking want. Because you're probably making decisions from your lower self, your shadow side, your ego. So girl, self-concept is really everything, I'm telling you. And a lot of times y'all be thinking it's the SP. No, it's always self. There's no one to change but self. As long as you're embodying a confident, high self-concept, like high frequency, high vibration, girl, like the byproduct is manifesting the best, the most high quality people, situations, and circumstances, and you just feel good. Because, like, again, manifestation is not about getting something, it's about becoming someone, right? So become your ideal self and you will have it all, period. Okay, how can I embody an identity of having a hot body, having tons of money when I've never had that? How can I be it? So this is kind of what I was saying earlier, you guys. Like, how would you feel if you had a sexy ass body and if you had all the money that you like, if you had more than enough money, right? You would feel good as fuck. You would feel relaxed. You would feel confident. You would feel excited. You would feel relaxed. Did I already say relaxed? I was in Starbucks the other day and I found myself like sitting, and obviously we want to like obviously have good posture and like carry ourselves like very well when we're out and about and stuff in public or whatever. But I noticed, I like caught myself like sitting a certain way and like I had my stomach like sucked in. Like I was like, cause I knew people were around me and I was like, it was almost like I was like, I don't want to say performing because I wasn't performing, but I was carrying myself in a way of like, okay, I need to like be be perfect and shit right now because people are around and like I'm in public right now. So as I caught myself, I realized that whatever I was doing, like how the way I was sitting and holding myself was uncomfortable. I think I was wearing a crop top and I had just finished drinking a matcha latte. And I remember thinking like, oh fuck, I have like a little like I'm a little bloated because I just had the fucking matcha latte. And that's why I was sucking my stomach in, but it was so uncomfortable. And I caught myself and I remember like thinking like, bitch, this isn't like comfortable. So just like relax yourself and like, you have a sexy body. Fuck them. Like, it doesn't matter that you just had a latte and there's people like, fuck these people. Like, just relax and like, you know, feel good right now. Decide to feel good right now and just like do what you want to do to make yourself feel good. And I just relaxed my body and I let my stomach just like, like whatever. Cause I remember thinking that like, yo, if I had my dream body or if like I wouldn't be like insecure or like trying to suck in my stomach or hide a part of myself. Like I would be confident and I would just be comfortable. And when I just like relaxed my body, like, and in the moment, like I just kind of like told myself, girl, fuck it. Like just be you, like just relax. Like you're allowed to just be you. And I kind of just like, you know, chilled in the chair and I was just like, okay, fuck. Like, yeah, no, I'm that bitch. Like, so it's so funny how like we really are allowed to just relax right now as if we had everything that we desired. And then just that's truly how we get what we want. Like you just accept yourself for who you are and you just decide, you feel your way into the personality that you would have if you had the hot, sexy body. You know what I mean? Like that, it's all about feeling is the secret, but I don't really like to say that quote because I don't want you guys to think that you have to feel something to get what you want. It really is your thoughts. But I decided to just think like I'm enough right now. Like I don't have to wait until like I lose the 5 or 10 pounds to feel good. Girl, I'm fucking enough. And like y'all gonna see the stomach because yes, I did just have my latte, baby. So the fuck. So like the key is just like being confident no matter what. And also like, let me just go to my notes. Like, you know, how would you feel if you already had a sexy ass body and a bank account full of money? You'd probably feel confident as fuck, relaxed, super chill, grateful, excited, and pretty carefree with genuine positive energy, right? Well, you can be that way right now. And you can do stuff in the 3D like eat clean. Like you actually can manifest appearance changes in your like with your body without doing anything. I know that it's possible because I anytime I notice like I have a little gut or whatever, like I just affirm like I am so like my body is snaps back in no time. Like my body is slim and athletic and I love the way I look. When I have like a little breakout or a pimple or a dark spot, like it goes away in like 1 to 2 days. I shit you not, you guys. I always affirm that like my skin, my body, my hair, and everything is on point in my life because I am a goddess. Like my skin is even toned, soft, radiant, and smooth. And literally, you guys, if I get like a little bump or a cut or something on my face, like it goes away so fast. Like I never care about like, I mean, I care about my appearance, but I don't worry about it because I just have always, and maybe this is just a dominant natural assumption and a belief, like I always have been thin and I've never had like I don't know, like I've never, not that thin is like the like I don't know, I've never thought that it was possible for me to just like I don't know how to explain it. Like I've always loved my body the way it is. And I've always assumed that it's just going to stay like this because I've been the same size like pretty much my whole life. And Same with my hair. Like if my hair like sheds on one side or whatever, like it grows back so fast. It's almost like it never happened. So I do believe that like I'm naturally assuming that, my appearance is good. Like I that's naturally how I feel. But if you want a hot, sexy body, affirm that my body is sexy as fuck. Like affirm it, claim it right now. Just claim it. And that is how the weight like starts to fall off. You'll notice like in like when you look in the mirror, when you go in the bathroom, you'll feel differently. You will appear differently. Like, and people will start reflecting and parroting back your own affirmations. Like, damn, girl, you look good. Like, did you lose some weight or did you gain some weight or whatever it is for you? Like, whatever the thing is that you like want to do or whatever, like, you'll notice that people will like reflect back to you like, damn, like, girl, you're glowing. Oh my goodness. Like, your hair looks so fucking good. Like, what's your secret? Your hair is shiny. Like, so you just really have to build up the story. And stay confident, right? So, you can be and feel this way now despite what your body looks like and despite what your bank account looks like. Choose to have a confident, wealthy, and attractive identity now. Just decide that you have everything that you want now and persist. Okay, so SP claims that he loves me, but he isn't ready for a relationship. Is this self-concept or is this a reflection of my story about my SP? So I wrote a lot of notes on this, but let me just say how I feel. First from the top of my mind. So it's both. If your SP is saying that, wait, let me read it again. If your SP claims that he loves you but isn't ready for a relationship, what the fuck? Like, that's so annoying when that happens because, like, what do you mean you love me but you're not ready for a relationship? What the fuck does that even mean? So, it's just a reflection of you not feeling worthy of having that full commitment, right? And when we have the belief that we're not worthy or something, when we have a story that we're not worthy, it's not always a conscious thing. It's very deep rooted. Like it could be from like childhood. So that's why reprogramming the mind is so powerful and reminding yourself, no, I am worthy of a healthy, loving, fully committed relationship. I am allowed to have this, even if I haven't seen it before. And even if it hasn't been successful in my lineage, I'm still allowed to have it and I still can have it. And I will have it and I do have it. And, you just have to build up that program in your mind and then you will start to believe it. So it's definitely a worthiness thing, which is self-concept, but and then it also could be your story of your specific person, like whatever the dominant narrative is about your specific person. It could be anything. Like it could be like as simple as like, I don't think they want me for real. Like they probably want somebody who's taller or like, it doesn't like, it could be anything. Like it could be like, and let me check my notes because I wrote some good, like what was it for me? Oh, okay. So I used to have this story that like, which was so unfavorable. I used to have this belief that like, maybe he's not going to want me because I'm a YouTuber or like I have a platform and maybe I used to think that like me having a podcast or something was a turnoff or something would make people feel like, oh, I don't want her to like talk about me on the podcast or something. And it's so funny because every time I meet people, they're like, oh my gosh, that's so cool that you have a platform. Like, so it's like, I don't know why I had that insecurity or whatever, but it was showing up and men would be like, like not committing to me, like, but they would be thinking that the podcast is cool, but then they would be like, like, I'm not really looking for a girlfriend or anything serious right now. So it was me doing it, so if like, it could be something like that for you. It's just like the story that you have about a specific person, a man in general could be, like unfavorable, or it could be like, oh, like, men are like, like not willing to settle down these days. Like nobody wants a commitment. Like everybody's like the dating pool, like the dating is shitty in 2024 or like whatever. You know how people say the dumb shit like on social media that like we kind of subtly adopt? Like it could be that, so it's really just like about you reprogramming your self-concept and affirming that like, no, you know what? I am worthy of being in a fully committed relationship with him. In fact, he sees me as the one. He sees me as someone that he wants to spend the rest of his life with. And he's conforming every day. He has no free will. And I get to be I get to be a wife. I get to be a girlfriend in a fully committed relationship. Whatever you want, like, you have to change the story. And I hope I've been speaking into the mic. You have to affirm that you're worthy of it, because you are. I struggled with that myself because I didn't see it in my household when I was a kid. I see it now, that I'm older, but like things like this, like those beliefs can start in childhood, and then they're still in us. And we don't, sorry, I think it's my lip gloss. We don't, let me sit, like, we don't know that we have these unfavorable beliefs until something like this shows up, where someone's saying, I love you, but I'm not ready for a relationship. Like, that is like so annoying and hurtful. So I'm so sorry that like he's showing up that way, but he's conforming. So as long as you persist, the 3D will change. He doesn't have free will because he's showing up corresponding to your dominant energy. So right now he doesn't have free will. So he can't like give you the commitment because you're not energetically allowing it. So there's got to be some shitty story, narrative, or belief, or maybe an assumption within yourself, consciously or unconsciously, that says you aren't exactly worthy of having someone fully commit to you and only you. This could be your old way of thinking, perhaps a program that dates back to childhood. Maybe you've changed and started reprogramming those old thoughts, and maybe you've started the self-concept journey, but your 3D or your SP can take time to fully shift and conform, right? So sometimes these things show up even after we've started doing the work, but you got to just be patient and allow the 3D to conform, allow your SP to conform. And remember that, like, anytime, you guys, let me pause from the notes real quick, but anytime you are connecting with your SP or like anything in your 3D, like, it's always delayed. It's always a little old. You know what I'm saying? Because your mind is so powerful. It's so dominant. It's so, it's primary. It comes first. Your thoughts come first, and then your 3D is secondary. So whatever you're seeing, the version of him who said he loves you but he's not ready to commit, that's came secondary from a previous thought pattern that you held, right? So it's up to you to change your thoughts so that he will change. So it's really just up to you to change your thoughts about yourself and persist in the story that you are worthy of full commitment. You're allowed to have full commitment. You're the full commitment queen, right? Like, build that up in your mind, and the 3D has to conform and reflect what your new story is. And he doesn't have free will. He has to conform as well because he's in a part of your 3D. So yeah, the 3D always has a bit of a lag. Fuck the 3D though. It's always late. So disregard what your SP is saying, and disregard what you're like. I feel like so silly reading my notes sometimes because it's like, bitch, just say this to them, but like, disregard what your SP is saying to your face and focus on how you want him to show up. Right. And that's not easy. I mean, it's easier said than done. I won't say it's not easy. I will say that, like, in the beginning, it can be triggering. Like, for example, my SP was texting me today, and oh my goodness, like, he was saying some shit to me that was pissing me off because I was like, no, like, this isn't what I want. But I didn't really react too much. Like, I was like getting my nails done, so I couldn't like text back anyways. But like, I remember looking at my phone as it was lighting up, and I was like, why the fuck is he saying this shit to me, knowing damn well, like, bitch, I'm not trying to be on this nasty shit right now. Like, I'm trying to be on some powerful queen shit right now. Like, this isn't, no, like, I don't want this right now. Like, just like the vibe that he was giving me today, I was like, okay, I won't get into too much detail, but I just remember thinking that, like, okay, I'll just change it in my mind. I'll just focus on what I want him to do. And then, like, a few hours later, which was, a few hours ago, he already conformed into a different, like, a higher like, he showed up more on point. But I just don't even react to it anymore. Like, when I see something, because I'm so in control of my emotions and I'm so proud of myself, and I so don't react to the bullshit as much as I used to, because I understand that, okay, this is just a lag. Like, it's about to catch up and clear up, clear out, catch up, whatever. Disregard what they're saying to you, to your face, and just change it in your mind. Focus on how you want him to show up, because your thoughts are creating him. Okay. So start believing in yourself and affirming that you are worthy of having the relationship of your dreams in which you are loved, honored, and fully committed to. Believe and trust that they will always love you, respect you, and value you because you are worthy of it. So yeah, girl. Okay, next. Okay, my SP has been ignoring my messages. How can I change this? By stop saying that your SP is ignoring your messages, and stop assigning the meaning that they're ignoring your messages, because your thoughts create, right? So if you're thinking and assuming your assumptions, law of assumption, if you're assuming that, oh my goodness, this person's fucking ignoring me, like they're ignoring my messages, like you're activating the version of your SP who is going to be distant from you. And if you like, listen, whatever you believe is going to show up, right? So if you believe that you're being ignored, then it's going to show up like you're being ignored. It's going to, the 3D is going to reflect, like this person being separate from you, or this person not respecting you, or I thought I heard something, or prioritizing you, or prioritizing your messages, right? So if I were you, I would change the story, and just start affirming that, like, my SP prioritizes my messages. Every time I text my SP, they read my message immediately. My SP instantly gets back to me. My SP is always available. My SP shows up favorably and lovingly and consistently. My SP is great with communication. Like, I would affirm things like that. And I would allow the 3D to conform, but also this is a self-concept thing. Everything is always a self-concept thing, right? Guys, I know you've been like wondering why I hold my microphone. I can't find my little stand. I can't find it, but I'm going to get another one. So anyway, this is a self-concept thing, right? So like maybe you're not prioritizing yourself or showing up for yourself or focusing on you. And this is what I always say, you guys, like when you're like, oh my goodness, this person is ghosting me or ignoring me, da 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 da. Well, are you dominantly focused on yourself? Are you building your self-concept? Are you in alignment with your purpose and focused on your needs and desires and, yourself? Because people treat you how you're treating yourself a lot of times, right? So if this person is like neglecting or ignoring, if you're perceiving this person as ignoring you, well, first of all, that kind of lets me know that you're noticing something because you're focused on it. And maybe you need to just shift the energy and focus back onto yourself so that everyone else can focus on you too. So pay attention to that. Like, are you putting a little too much energy into this SP? Let me check my notes. So you are affirming, deciding, assuming, believing, and thinking that your SP is ignoring your messages. Remember, your thoughts, beliefs, and assumptions create your reality. So if you are affirming, thinking, or believing that your SP is ignoring your messages, then your SP will literally show up in your reality ignoring your messages, or just simply not being responsive, or just, not around. So just change the story, because like you're so powerful that your thoughts of like specific person and ignoring you, like the universe like copied that, like heard it and is like, okay, specific person ignore specific person ignoring me, specific person is ignoring me. So it's just reflecting back to you in the 3D that your person is ignoring you or separate from you, not prioritizing your messages. So change the story. I know I have some affirmations in here. I mean, I always have affirmations, but okay, you need to affirm, assume, think, and believe that SP always prioritizes my messages because I am worthy of being prioritized. My SP always checks in. My SP sends me good morning messages, checks in throughout the day. My specific person is texting me now. My specific person is calling me now. My specific person always FaceTimes me, calls me, checks in, updates me, communicates with me consistently, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's a new story. Okay, my life is a constant up and down because I'm up and down. How can I be secure, stable, and rooted in myself with no downs? Okay, so you gotta create a routine for yourself. So this is kind of like what I was explaining to you guys earlier in the video, like how I used to have issues with like my self-concept would fluctuate. Like I would have high highs and low lows because I didn't have like clarity. I wasn't grounded in who I am. I wasn't checking in on myself. I wasn't doing any type of inner work. I didn't have like a spiritual routine for myself. So now like my ritual is when I wake up in the mornings, I do my breath work. I go outside and read my Neville book. I affirm, right? Like I tell myself good morning. Like I go and look in the mirror in the bathroom and I do my mirror work and I say, good morning, good morning, good morning. That's one of the things that me and one of my clients say to each other. Like anytime it's so funny, girl, you know who you are. I literally will say like to my client, I'm like, I literally like, hey, good morning. And it like literally will be nighttime. Like it's like, but anyways, I talk to myself. I'm like, good morning. Today we're going to have a great day, Kaylin. Like I say my real name, Kaylin. We're going to have a great day. Okay? Because you are worthy of having a great day. You are loved, chosen, valued, prioritized. You are always the best choice. You a bad bitch. You know, like I hype myself up every day. And I'm consistent with this inner work and this self-love. Right? So before I was consistent with this, like I would just go with the flow and I was on autopilot and I was just like, allowing, I guess, the 3D to influence my moods. So if I'm allowing the 3D or anything external of me to dictate how I should feel, then I'm going to be like hot and cold. I'm going to be happy. Oh my goodness. Like, cause this is my favorite song and I'm listening to the song and then like, oh shit. But like, my SP is not texting me back. So I'm sad now. I'm annoyed. Oh, my SP just texted me back. I'm happy. Yay. Okay, cool. So I'm about to go like, you know, since I'm in a good mood now, I'm going to go get some Chipotle. Okay. Da, da, da. But like I'm at Chipotle and then like the line is long and I'm like, oh, like the fuck? Like now I'm sad. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, that's not a sustainable way to live. You're not feeling empowered like on a consistent basis, you know? So you have to develop a routine for yourself, a spiritual routine, I struggle with saying that word spiritual routine for yourself. And like a daily schedule, right? Like a to-do list, maybe. Like you have to get organized and you have to like really just wake up with a sense of self. Like you have to develop a sense of self and become conscious of self and become self-aware, right? One of my favorite affirmations is I am secure, relaxed, grounded, confident, and I have clarity on who I am and what I desire. I love that one so much because it's like, bitch, I'm secure. I'm confident, I'm relaxed, and I have clarity on who I am. Like I know who I am. It feels so good to be clear on who I am and what I desire. You know, like I just claim it, decide that you know who you are, even if you're still working on it. Claim that you're secure and confident and you're in control of your emotions and you understand your energy and you know your power and you know your worth. Like start claiming it and speaking it and create a spiritual routine. If you need help, DM me, email me, check my website, channelkayy.store. And you can order personalized affirmations. So yeah, stay grounded and develop some organization, structure, and consistency in your lifestyle. Usually when your self-concept is fluctuating, it's because you aren't grounded, confident, or connected to God, aka yourself, and your energy is inconsistent. I can't guarantee you that you will never experience a down again. But when you build confidence and learn to build trust within yourself, you will respond better to the days when you aren't feeling your best. Okay, my SP ghosted me and I want to change the situation so that he's obsessing with me. Then you need to be obsessed with yourself in the best way, like healthy obsession with yourself. Don't be a bitch. Like you don't want to be mean to people. If he ghosted you, like usually we get ghosted, you guys, when you're focused too much on the SP. Like, or if you just have a negative story, if you're not confident in the fact that you can have a healthy, successful, and consistent relationship. If you have low self-esteem, that's usually when we manifest being ghosted. There's so many reasons why we could manifest being ghosted, but the root of it all is having a low self-concept, not feeling worthy. Like a lot of people be like, yo, fuck this dude, he ghosted me, or fuck this girl, she ghosted me. And it's like, that wasn't kind. That wasn't respectful. That was some bitch ass shit. Like they should have communicated, but you have to ask yourself, why did you attract, or how did you attract a version of somebody who was immature and disrespected you like that, or, you know, wasn't able to communicate, right? Like which is immature. So what self-concept were you embodying that attracted that energy? And when you did attract this person, like before they ghosted you, Did you see red flags? Like, were you able to identify that this isn't the version of the person that I want to connect with? And then did you still continue to connect with them and not work on self? See, we got to take accountability, you guys. We got to take accountability because we actually are the creators of, we call the people into our experiences through the energy and self-concept that we're embodying. Like, what frequency were you on? You know, so you got to turn it back on self, focus on self-concept, and be obsessed with yourself in the best way. And that's how you build self-confidence, build that. Oh shit, I thought I was, girl, like, honestly, you guys, like, I'm filming on my phone. So like, this is a different vibe. I'm like, okay, like, is it gonna, yeah. But anyways, so yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, self-concept is everything. And also, have I been sitting like this, you guys? Sorry, I'm working on my posture. Let me just read the notes. When you get ghosted, it means that you've subtly ghosted yourself and your priorities or your personal and emotional needs and desires. I be killing it with these notes. Like, I really be doing my thing. Like, because that's the truth, you guys. Like, okay, like, guys, okay, so one time I had this SP. I felt like I was like the perfect like girl for him. I was like, oh my goodness, like I would buy his favorite fruits when he would come over. I would buy his favorite soap, like his body wash. Like, I always made sure he had everything he needed. I was like the empowerment queen. I was like his therapist. I was like empowerment goddess, whatever. Like, sex was on point. I was like, he's like obsessed with me because I'm that bitch. Da, 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 da. It came to a point where I can't remember. I like gave him something, or I did something grand for him, like really nice for him. And he didn't appreciate it. Like, it really felt like he didn't show gratitude, or I was seeking validation from him for this thing that I did for him. Girl, he acted like he didn't give a fuck. And I remember I called him out about it, but I did it in like a paragraph format. Like, I was like, I can't believe I did this and that. And da, da, da. You didn't even say thank you. Da, da, da. Girl, do you know he just blocked me? Like, he literally blocked me. Well, first he didn't answer my text for like 2 days or something. And I was like, did you get my fucking text? So then I called him. No answer. So I went on his Instagram and I DM'd him because I was like, is everything okay? Because why didn't you answer? Like, you know, and when it said like seen, or he read my message or whatever, he blocked me on Instagram. And then when I tried to call him again, it went straight to voicemail. And then I sent a text and it turned green. And I was like, he just blocked me like out of nowhere and ghosted me. What a fucking coward. But like, I've created that version of him because I was doing too much. Like, I was doing too much. Like, I was doing too much. There's no other way to say it. Like, I literally was doing too much. I wasn't focused on myself at all. I was focused on trying to make the relationship perfect. I was like micromanaging the fuck out of the relationship. I was making sure that this man had everything that he needed because I wanted to prove that I'm the girl, like I'm the baddest, like I'm that bitch. Da, da, da. And like, I was waiting for him to like give me a high five. And I never got it. I should have given myself the fucking high five. You know what I mean? So that's why when you guys are like, oh, this person ghosted me. Oh, this person like said they didn't want a relationship. This person blocked me. Da, da, da. It's like, I know it's because y'all be doing too much, or y'all are not in your self-concept and focused on yourself. You're pouring everything into someone else, or you're pouring your energy into trying to make money instead of being the money, or you're pouring all your information. You're pouring all your energy into a person instead of being like the best version of yourself, which is someone who is pouring into herself or himself and prioritizing yourself. So yeah, you ghosted yourself and he just mirrored it back to you. It's so funny how the universe works. It's like you ghosted your own priorities more than likely. So yeah, you may have ghosted your inner child. When is the last time you spoke to her or gave her some love? Maybe you started to focus a little too much of your energy on your SP, or maybe you had a negative story about him and you were in your crackhead energy while thinking about him, which may have created the roadblock or some distance between you two, right? So be honest with yourself. Were you truly embodying your goddess energy around the time when he ghosted you? Or were you overthinking? Were you insecure? Or were you relaxed, confident, secure, and unbothered? Be honest with yourself, you guys. This is why raise your self-concept and focus on yourself is the answer. But like, accountability is so important so that you don't create painful situations like this again. Because let me tell you, like, whenever I've been ghosted or whenever I've been like discarded, It's painful, obviously. Like, it's very painful because it's painful from so many directions, because it's like, you're not even on my fucking level and you fucking ghosted me. But it's like, bitch, he's not on your level, but you're like overthinking him, or like you're focusing on him because your self-concept is low, your self-esteem is low. So you lowered your standards, Kay. Like, this is the conversation that I had to have to myself, which was painful to address myself, because it's like, bitch, you lowered your standards and he still ghosted you. Like, what does that say about you? Like what's going on with your confidence? You okay? Are you okay? Like, so the pain starts to, like, bitch, it's pain. So it's like, okay, how much longer are we gonna like decide to feel this way? When are we gonna stop creating this? When are you gonna stop creating painful circumstances for yourself, Kay? When are you gonna get some self-esteem? When are you gonna get some self-esteem? When you gonna get some self-esteem? When you gonna get some self-esteem? You know, so there's no one to change but self. And you know what's so funny? Like, when you get back in your self-concept and like become more magnetic, they usually come back and stuff like that. But it's kind of like, you're not going to be as attracted to them or care as much, because the only reason why you cared in the first place so much was because you weren't connected to self. You weren't connected to your power. So you created this story or belief. You associated like your happiness with them, and it's like, you made that up. Like, you decided that like them being around and validating you equates to your happiness and you being enough. And it's like, no, you give yourself the validation that you are enough. It doesn't have to come from them. Like, it's not necessary. You don't need it from them. It's nice to have, but like, girl, pop your shit, bitch. The fuck, like, give it to you. You give it to you. You give it to, like, so yeah. How do you start healing in order for your SP to come in? By giving yourself what you want your SP to give you. 100%. Like, that's how you start healing. You notice how like all of these questions, like the answers to all of these questions are yourself. So listen, by the way you asked this question, how do you start healing in order for your SP to come in? See, we don't heal for an SP. We heal for ourselves. You heal yourself for you. You have to be with you for the rest of your life. You have to have your mind. You have to think for the rest of your life. Like, you're going to be with yourself for forever. So you heal for you, for your clarity, for your inner peace, for your growth and development, for your greater good. You heal so that you can have a joyful, positive experience in this 3D universe. You don't heal so that you get something, especially not a SP. So if that's your mindset, if you're thinking that like, I need to heal so that my SP comes in, then whatever you think they can give you, or whatever experience you think you're going to have when they show up, is what you need to give yourself. That's how you heal. Well, that's a part of it for sure. You guys got to get to the point where you're empowering yourself without him or her, like without the SP. Like, I remember like being so weak and broken, and I hate calling myself weak or saying the word weak, but like I wasn't strong. Like, I literally thought that I had to have a man, or a man. I ain't gonna lie. I thought I had to have a man validating me. And that was like such a powerless place to be, or it was a disempowered place to be, because if I wasn't being validated by a man or something in my 3D, like money or a thing, like material thing or whatever, like, and I'm not really into material things, so maybe that's not the best thing, but usually it's an SP. Like, if there wasn't one of those around, like, I would feel depressed or down. Like, I remember being in a low energy, like when I wasn't in a good space with my person. Like, this isn't the old story. And it's like, you never want to allow the idea of a person or a person to influence how you feel about your fucking self. So give yourself what you think that you will experience when you manifest this person. Love yourself. Like all this love. And I actually did learn this, discover this recently about myself, that like, I mean, I've always been a very nurturing and caring, loving person. I guess we've been conditioned and programmed that we're supposed to just give that to people. And we should be loving and kind and respectful to people, but not at the expense of ourselves. Like we need to dominantly give the love to ourselves, dominantly respect and value ourselves and nurture ourselves. Like that energy is not supposed to just like be so like given to someone outside of us. And I used to do that so much. And then I would be left feeling drained and depleted. Like I told you a second ago, when that SP just discarded me and like ghosted me and didn't give a fuck. So then I started learning that like, oh my goodness, like I actually can just love myself. And that's what I was missing the whole time, is actually like nurturing myself and loving myself and honoring me. Oh, duh. Like I'm not supposed to just like give it all away, especially to someone who's not like my husband. So yeah, work on fulfilling your own needs and validating yourself and giving yourself a positive, comfortable experience and not waiting for someone else to give you that, you know? All right, you guys. So that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you guys for tuning in to another Q&A. If you guys have any questions, head over to Instagram and ask me on my story. I post the manifestation Q&As every single day. And then also, if you have a burning question or a personal question, you guys can visit my website and do a quick Q&A. I will text you or email you a voice note responding to your personal questions. Yeah, you guys, that's going to be it for today. If you guys would like to work with me one-on-one, my coaching and resources, all the links will be listed down below in the description box or in the bio, the link of the bio, wherever you guys are watching or listening. I appreciate you guys. I love you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.